It's that time of year again. The birds are singing, the flowers are blooming, and the robots are being churned out of the factories at alarming rates. Spring is truly here. This is the second BigBotBash collaboration event here on YouTube, the first of which took place around this time last year. The basic idea is that a bunch of crafting YouTubers use the JunkBot generator provided by Bill Making Stuff to create a set of criteria in which to build a robot. I participated in the event last year and came up with this guy here, so if you'd like to check that video out, I will have it linked in the description below. I also highly recommend checking out all of the other channels participating. Let's get started. First thing to do, of course, was to roll the dice to figure out what I'm making. For the body, I rolled a 13, 7 for the head, 11 for the arms, 18 for the hands, a 9 for the legs, and a 12 for the overall flavor of the build. As usual, I did my little concept page with a few different options for designs. Number 1 is a little bit xenomorph inspired, since that goes with the Geiger prompt, referring to H.R. Geiger, the artist behind its design. Number 2 takes Geiger a little bit more literally, with it being a radioactive material handling robot. It has some Fallout 4 Protectron design elements in it, and its stomach cavity has a bunch of little pincer hands. Number 3 really goes for the horse inspiration I got with Centaur. It would have 6 arms along the sides of its upper body neck thing, and it would also be displayed with this little plastic horse that I've had living in my junk box for a couple of years now. Originally, I was planning on making all of these designs, but those will have to wait for a future video. Besides, you saw the thumbnail, I'm making the first one. The body started with whatever this thing is here, which I ended up cutting in half. These ridges will make some easy mechanical ribs for our machine. I'll also be using these beads as some hip joints for all of the limbs. Does that make this count as a bead bot? The head/eyeball thing will use this pen cap, since it's fairly close in shape. The beads were paired together using hot glue, and then stuck to the freshly bisected robot ribs. On the front end of the robot body, I used some thin cardboard to fix the transition from the beads to the body, and filled the circular gap on the front with this flange nut. The neck was made using more of the same cardboard, folded into a pentagon-like shape, and then hot glued in place. The gap on the front of the neck was filled with more cardboard and some sections of zip tie for some texture. I bulked up the body with some more cardboard and zip ties, as well as filling in the big rib gaps with some clear rubbery plastic tubing. I also added the mounts for the back arms made from cocktail straw sections. Legs were assembled out of bits of aluminum, toothpicks, and sections of skewers. They aren't the most robust looking legs, but they do a surprisingly decent job at keeping the robot standing. The attachment point for the head was made using some cheap craft foam, wrapped over an internal part of a pen. I added a spinal wire running down the back of the neck, mostly as a gap filler, which was made of some guitar string and an additional thinner wire. To connect the big clear dome, I ended up using this candy wrapper foil, which was folded over and wrapped around the dome. The original idea was for it to be a dust cover or some kind of reflective insulation. Before I attached it, however, I threw together a tiny photoreceptor assembly and colored it with a permanent marker. This won't be seen too clearly, but it will give the illusion of some inner workings inside the clear dome. Once that was on, I attached some more loose wires to the underside of the neck, using more guitar string and some leather cord. Out of the hole in the top of the head, I attached a pair of antennae made from a toothpick section and some more guitar string. The back arms had some delightfully simple construction, only being about 2 pieces each. All of the arms were topped with some little grabby pincers. In hindsight, these little grabby hands aren't particularly creepy to me, but if your night terrors look like this, they might freak you out. Each of the 5 arms were glued into the mounts along the spine using hot glue. As a final touch, I added some more small bits of cocktail straw to the ends of the legs to act as hooves. Since the construction of the robot was done, I grabbed my nuts of distinction and turned it into a quick base. After taking it outside the prime, I give the whole thing a layer of black acrylic paint. On the higher areas, I used various different gray tones, building up some subtle contrast and highlighting some of the areas. Around some of the panel edges, I added some grime buildup with a thin brown paint, and along the high points, a small amount of silver metallic. Using the same brown paint, I weathered the eye dome a little bit, as well as giving the terrain on the base a quick once-over. Lore time! The CUH Onyx Edition is a dog-like robotic companion, typically reserved for the high upper class. While its AI processing is lacking compared to its military-grade counterparts, it remains a fairly advanced machine, being able to respond to vocal command, record and play audio reminders, fetch, objects, and much more. Its advanced facial recognition allows it to imprint on its owner for life, as well as up to 4 family members. It also comes in other color options, including the very popular titanium. Chargers are sold separately. Payment plans start at $1,000 per month, but if you have our premium plan, it will drop to only $900 per month next year. Guaranteed. Anyway, thank you for joining me for another BigBotBash. Like I said earlier, if you missed my video last year, I have it linked in the description below, and while you're down there, consider subscribing, it helps me out a lot. Also, go check out the other creators. There are a ton of awesome robots to look at, and some of them I like way more than mine. They're cool. Go look at them. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.